Well, hello, my YouTube friends. It's been quite a while since my last video on YouTube for some reasons. The first being that with the market being, I don't know, really slow these days, literally haven't received a new knife in a while as well. And also for the main reason that I've developed, let me see that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, look at that. Also for the reason of YouTube being absolutely sick with his algorithm, doing shadow bans on channels like channels displaying knives or tobacco or stuff like that. Some of them have even been demonetized. Mine was not big enough to be monetized anyway, but yeah, all those reasons came all together to, lower my implication with YouTube, which is a shame, maybe for you, but for me as well, because I really appreciate doing those videos and sharing the love with you, my friend. Luckily, Instagram is still here, and we can all chat there and enjoy sharing. What the fuck? Yeah, I already gave that knife some love, so I think being in my pocket, you already have a scratch, but it came absolutely mint to begin with. So what do we have here? Oh yeah, one word of rambling. This video is done in-house, indoor, because we are living crazy times with this fucking coronavirus. How can I mumble on this word that has to be probably the word that is the most said all over the world? Fucking COVID-19. Whoa! Another mumbling. Doing some crazy shit. And I can't wait for that shit to stop, so we can all live our lives, and hopefully, yeah, we will all stay safe and yeah, continue to enjoy our lives after that tragedy. So yeah, this video would have been done outdoor for sure, in order for me to show you the main piece, which is those scales, which I'm going to talk, and probably will take the most of this video to discuss about these scales. But first of all, this knife comes from Walter Randolph. Walter Randolph, if you follow my channel, you all know him. I'm not gonna discuss a lot about that guy. He's a tremendous maker, a great guy. I mean, I don't know, stories have been said about him, or maybe just give it the time to just what can I say? Oh, you see, I lost it. Just take your time. Just meet with him, talk with the guy. He's one of the kindest out there. He's not the most, when you come to that guy, he's not going to be like me, very social friendly or whatever. But if you get to know him, you will discover one absolutely fantastic person. Absolutely love that guy. Also, a thing that I love tremendously about him is that he's one of those guys that work in a small shop like that, doing all handwork. Check the contouring that you have on those scales, bronze scales. Absolutely phenomenal. He works with, like basic machinery, and he's doing such an incredible work. Absolutely love his work, and the precision of his mechanics are just insane. I mean, check the, oh man, that action is just absolutely splendid. So what do we have here? This is a mini Persian, and man, what a fantastic design. This is how I intend to have all the Persians, with all those curves, a little curve that you have here on the frame, and then after that, the curve of the Persian going like that. I mean, this, to me, this is the perfect image of what a Persian should look like. And when it's closed, it's almost everything is almost concealed. Absolutely love that. And now, about the design, I mean, all the lines are following. Check the blade following here, the handle, absolutely perfectly aligned with it. And when it's open, it follows here the line. I absolutely love when there is a balance on the knife, and yet the blade won't take too much space. Let me explain you that. On the folder, of course, the frame will be bigger than the blade. So in order to get some balance, most of the time you would need to have some more of the blade in width and in order to get some balance. Yet it's not as pleasant as it should be, because when you have some width, the blade is going to come here, you will lose some balance, aesthetic balance on the knife. Then you can have also the blade going down there, not that much because it has to go in the frame, but mostly on the other side. You see, I love when you still have some balance, because when you remove some of the blade, first of all, it's going to be smaller than the frame, but if you remove some of the blade, it could lose some of the balance. Here, not. The balance is really well preserved, and still you don't have a lot of blade popping when it's open, and when it's closed, it's almost concealed, which is, to me, a thing that I absolutely adore on a knife. And on the part that is not concealed, it follows here the line of the frame, which is, to me, extremely well balanced. Mini Persian, absolute perfect size for EDC. I mean, that knife is a freaking EDC. It looks like something extremely dressy, which is not actually. This is a hand-rubbed blade, and the frame are pieces of solid bronze that are hardly patinaed like that, and so I mean, overall, this is a knife that I can and that I will use for sure. It hasn't left my pocket since I got it. We spoke about the design. Now, I've mentioned on the knife, I love three parts: the art, I mean the artistic part, the design, stuff like that, the material used and stuff, the functionality, and also the mechanics. That was the third one. So about functionality, this blade, I mean, that's a user. I mean, check that. Absolutely perfect. The edge is just splendid, and it cuts like, I mean, it cuts like hell. I mean, this thing is absolutely perfect for everyday use. This will cut anything. In hands, as I said, I have been leaning towards smaller knives that can fit. You see what I like, bronze? I mean, I love bronze everywhere. On my watch, on the knife, on the bracelet. Bronze is my favorite material. So yeah, function-wise, it's absolutely perfect. It fits absolutely well in the hand. The curve here follows the line of the palm here. It's a solid grip that you have with the knife. And here you have the tab that works as a guard, so your index won't won't slip, and you will be protected. And here you have the jimping. So also, this is not dangerous. I mean, if it doesn't hold here, it's not really a problem. But I like to have some grip with this jimping, and check that jimping, absolutely perfect. I mean, it leaves some marks probably, but it's not aggressive, but just enough for it to do the retention that you want, and the guard here. So that knife, my friend, is absolutely perfect, design-wise and function-wise, absolutely perfect. The art, I mentioned the art about the design and the Persian. You know, for those of you who know me, I'm a freak for Persian. The mechanics now, we've been through that already a little bit, because you saw the deployment of the blade. Boom! I mean, that action is just insane. The lock geometry is perfect. Early engagement secured. You have no movement whatsoever, front to front, side to side. It doesn't budge at all. It's a little bit, but I'm sure it will improve in time, a little bit, not sticky, but you can hear some noise when I disengage the blade. Check that. I will put some graphite in it. Smooth as butter. The detent, I love this detent. Hear that? You see, it's tiny. I mean, it doesn't like it's not sucked inside, and yet you cannot, even with the strongest motion, you cannot disengage the blade. So it's smooth, and yet very nicely held in place by the ball detent. Now, let's talk about this handle, which is the main part of this. I mean, I remember the first time that I held a knife from Todd Rexford with a hot hammered, and it just blew my mind. And this one is, I'm sorry, as much as I love Todd, but it's just a different material. This one is just even better for me, but way better than hot hammer. And I mean, you know how much I love hot hammer. So this is just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, to begin with, I think that this result comes from the fact that it's bronze, of course, and then you have the milling and you have the stippling, which gives several different shades of color, from the dark, and it's black here, brown here, of course the bronze here, light brown here, all kinds of shades of color that are just absolutely mesmerizing. But it's not even that. You see the lighter part, even on the frame here, the lighter part of the greens, you see. And it's not just the colors, but the aspect, the texture that you have in it, the shulky aspect, and that you see on the grooves here, the patina that we like so much on the bronze with this shulky aspect. Absolutely mesmerizing. I mean, I could stop the video here and, as a matter of fact, I have only 4 minutes leaving. But you see, that's mesmerizing. I could spend the day checking that. Absolutely love the fact that I didn't want anything to be too much over the top. I wanted the attention to be on the frame. So the rest, I wanted it to be, in part with the blade that is satin. So all the other parts, all the other accents are satin, starting with this beautiful pivot, custom pivot, the same on both sides. I hate to see screws on the pivot. This is just great. The satin finish also on the clip, very nicely satin. And of course, the backspacer being satin. I like the fact that it's a little bit subdued with the liners. This finish goes well, I mean, matches well. I wouldn't have liked it any other way. That's the perfect decision. He took that decision. I didn't speak with it about that, but I think that it was a great choice to go with that finish. Backspacer is, of course, floating. Perfectly done. I love the clip. I mean, as much as I don't like to see screws, I like when it's on standoffs. So I really like the clip, and I like the design of the clip. The flow goes well. I wish it was a little bit smaller in order to appreciate the grooves entirely. But overall, what a beautiful and perfect knife. Absolutely gorgeous. Now check the other side. I'm sorry. I've shown you the other side. You see the shulky parts. You have even more shulky parts here of the patina on the frame itself, outside the grooves, I mean. And those black, oh man, check here. Oh, this is just absolutely, it looks like, somebody say Jean-Jacques Cousteau knife, but it looks like that. I mean, it looks like this knife has stayed like underwater, under the sea for centuries, and you just take it back like that, and this is how it would look like. Absolutely phenomenal. I cannot thank Walter enough for that. Because, oh fucking hell, so I hope I don't have the COVID. Time will tell. Yeah, because now I have, everything in hand. I have the bronze, like my watches are bronze, and the bracelet, for those of you who remember or who know that, this has been a trade with Walter, actually, and I traded it. I'm not going to enter into detail, but it was a trade that was happy for him and for me, and luckily it involved things that we both absolutely love, and we didn't have to exchange money, which with a friend is something that I appreciate. I bought him something, and so he got something for me, and I got the bracelet. And it was exactly the same with the knife, which is something that I adore, something you can do only with friends. But this is just like friendship. This I will be buried with that knife for sure. This won't be up for sale any time, as this one will stay in my wrist forever. We are heading to the 15 minutes. I got it. I don't know if that video will be as pleasant as the others. Maybe I lost it a little bit, being that I haven't done those things in a while. But anyway, it would have, if you just turn the sound off, it will be still pleasing, I'm sure, just to be amazed by this beautiful knife. And we are now to the 15 minutes, and I'm gonna stop this video, and hopefully we'll get to that very soon. Bye bye, my friends.